Dubai Eye 103.8.
So welcome back to the agenda, and obviously plenty of events taking place across the UAE over the course of the weekend, plenty over the course of the month of April, and a number of them with very significant impacts, not just here in the region but globally. No more so than the 7th International Congress for Joint Reconstruction, Middle East 2019, which has been taking place over the course of the weekend at the Conrad Hotel right here in Dubai, bringing together excellence and speakers from across the world, from a range of different specialities: orthopedic surgeons, physiotherapists, nurses, technicians, medical students, and many, many more. Now, one of the buzzwords of the conference has been 3D printing. 3D printing is a term that has been used and buzzworded for many years now. It's had a huge impact in a number of different industries, none more so than in the world of joint reconstruction. Tell us a little bit about this. We're joined by one of the individuals who was speaking at the conference over the course of the weekend. Quite simply known as the man to go for when you've got a problem with your joints here in the UAE, has been coined the Joint Doctor of Dubai. He is consultant orthopedics surgeon at Al Zahra Hospital, Dubai. Dr. Samih Tarabichi joins us live on the line. Dr. Samih, thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
Let's start with the Congress first and foremost, or the conference, I should say. How important is it to bring like-minded individuals such as yourself and your international peers and colleagues together under one roof for a couple of days to discuss the latest developments?
This is the 7th international meeting as such, and it held under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Dubai has really great attraction to a lot of speakers, and we've been able to draw over like 800 surgeons from all over the world. This meeting has grown with time, and every year it's bigger and stronger. We get people from China, we get people from Russia, and most importantly, we get people who are expert, or what I call is the star of joint replacement surgery. And it's always opportunity to interact with those people so they can know what we're facing in the Middle East and in our world as far as the difficulties and the challenges. And also, they enlighten us of what they got, and we enlighten them with the variety of things that we have here and the challenges that we have here in the region.
You personally have performed well over 10,000 knee and joint replacement surgeries during the best part of 2 decades career here in the region. You've pioneered a number of advanced orthopedics procedures as well. Given that time and given your wealth of experience, how much of a game changer has 3D printing been for you and your industry?
It's going to be a great game changer. When I came, I practiced in the United States and I practiced here in the UAE. And when I moved here, it struck me that the joints, the pathology, the anatomy is totally different. And I was faced with a challenging trying to choose what is best for our local patient. The point that I'm trying to make is when you do a total knee replacement, you are resurfacing that bone. So you're really covering the bone, covering the defect that happened due to the arthritis. So that covering should be exactly the dimension of the bone and should fit perfectly. Otherwise, that mechanical piece which is the knee is not going to function well, and the patient is going to hurt. So the challenge was from the beginning is we're facing a patient with different what I call morphology and sizing issue. So we gradually went into that. Initially, we addressed the Asian knee, and we produced some paper about it, and some company took over, and they tried to do something that is more suitable for Asian patient. And we did that, and we were able to achieve full flexion. So there has been considerable improvement. I think, when you say that, okay, it's a resurfacing procedure, the top of the finding personalized thing for a patient is really to do a custom made, because you're really covering it. It's like wearing a coat. It has to be perfect. Otherwise, you're not going to feel comfortable, and you're going to keep moving in it uncomfortably. So the 3D is really like the top of best fitting. And over the previous years, the technology was not available. So we tried to kind of, it's like when you buy a jacket, from size and trying to see what is best for you. But it doesn't work like that in surgery. You have to fit the patient perfectly. So the 3D printing, if you have a patient of a very short stature or a horrible deformity of the bone, you really need the technology to help you make something specifically for him. So that's where the 3D. So 3D is really like the inroad of trying to customize what is best for the patient. And I think in the future, there was an engineer once telling me that one day you will have the 3D printer in your operating room, and you're going to print each patient, his joint, what is best suit for him. And I think we're heading that way. And I think we right now we already have the technology and the infrastructure to do that.
It sparks of extraordinary efficiency at the moment, and I just wanted to push you on that one, because I mentioned the extraordinary experience you have in the field with the extraordinary number of operations that you've been involved and replacements you've been involved in, often described as one of the busiest joint replacement specialists anywhere in the world. With that demand, therefore, one would assume that 3D printing and the ability to have this to hand will help speed up the process even more.
It does, because intraoperatively during surgery, I used to use what I call my judgment in deciding where should I shave the bone from, how do I align the knee properly. What happened in the 3D printing is then I'll do a CT scan and I'll do a virtual model of the knee. And that then I will cover it and line it and align it on the computer. So what I'm trying to say is the thinking process has already been done while I'm sitting on my desk, on my computer, and I am doing it in much a precise way. So when I go to surgery, it would be like carrying this step by step. When we produce a custom-made implant nowadays, we actually have the instrumentation also custom-made. So in another word, the implant comes in a package with a patient name, and with that package, you will have also the surgical instrumentation. Meaning, I don't have to use any standard instrumentation at all. It will come specifically for the patient. So all I have to do is apply it, and it will give me the perfect alignment. It will give me precision. It will give me everything. So the precision doing this is much higher than when I was using general instrumentation. General instrumentation is instrumentation we use for all the patient. We have to sterilize it, and that also take care of the sterilization process, because you're using something that's sterile, can be used one time, and then you're throwing it away. So indeed, yes, it makes it much easier, faster, less blood loss, more precision, and more accuracy for the patient.
I just want to get your thoughts, if I can, Dr. Tarabichi, on the role of technology in the medical field at the moment. You've been a surgeon of note. You've been involved in medical fields for the best part of 40 years now, around the world, as we mentioned earlier on today in this conversation. Are we at a juncture at the moment in medicine that technology is having the biggest impact that you've seen during your illustrious career?
Every day there is a new thing, and the computer is helping us in a great way. We mentioned custom-made implant, but there are other aspects. There are other aspects, for instance, of correcting deformity with the help of the computer, planning everything properly, and having tool guide, to help you during your surgery with super accuracy. Give you an example. Now, for instance, there is a small tumor called osteoma. It's a benign tumor. Sometimes it's embedded inside of the bone, and it's usually like a few millimeters. It's a very small tumor. Normally, in order for me to go for that tumor, I have to destroy the bone and try to, under X-ray, to define where it is. Now, the computer We scan it, then the computer gives me guide tools, then I know where that tumor is. I can put my drill, and without destroying any good bone, I can reach that mass, extract it, and the patient can walk on his bone in the same day. What I'm trying to say is there is everyday new thing with technology, and the surgeon has to keep up with the process. And one of the stuff that we really insisted in our center, in the technology hub in Al-Zahra Hospital, is to train future surgeons. In the United States, there's a special board for now what we call technology and 3D printing. And the idea of it is really to train people, although they are fully trained surgeons, is to teach them how the technology works and to know, to kind of to show them how to use it. There is a lot of infrastructure work that has to happen. Technician has to be in the operating room, also has to be trained to the new technology. So it's not like I'm giving a lecture and it's done. You have to lay down the ground floor for such a process. You have to have technician, you have to have surgeon well trained, and you have to have the instrumentation, the technology ultimately. And you have to link it together so you can really use it properly. Otherwise, it's going to be what I call electronic mess. It's not gonna. So that's why one major part that we're doing in Al-Zahra Hospital is giving a certificate for technicians so they are well aware of what is technology and what is 3D printing so they can serve the patient better.
Dr. Tarabichi, we won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much indeed for joining us here on Dubai Eye throughout the course of this morning. And all the best to you and, of course, your colleagues for the 7th International Congress for Joint Reconstruction taking place here in Dubai. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you for your time as well. Thank you.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.